Welcome back. Kidnappings in South Africa are more common than you think. Police say many go unreported, and a lot of families don't involve authorities when paying ransom. Those who operate cash-based businesses and their families are especially at risk. The latest incident is that of Shireen Isup, who was allegedly kidnapped close to her parents' business on Monday. Our senior reporter Ayesha Ismail is following the story for us. She joins us now live. So Ayesha, what are authorities saying about the latest regarding Shireen Isup?
So, Shahan, according to the South African Police Services here in the Western Cape, they are investigating a case of a missing person. They say that the matter was reported to them yesterday afternoon, and according to the statement by the police, they say that Shireen allegedly went missing just after 2 p.m. yesterday. Now, just a correction, she went missing from outside a business where she worked, and it's a business owned and run by a relative, not her parents, and she works at this business part-time, and it's in Philippi. And also, according to reports, she was in her car, she was talking to her mother, and while she was talking to her mother apparently heard her screaming, and she was saying, "Mommy, they're going to take me," and that was the last communication her mother had with her at the time yesterday afternoon. What we also do know now is that her car was found about 2 hours later in the Philippi area. Now, and I did try to speak to some of the family members, but they absolutely refused to speak to me. They were saying that they did not want to jeopardize the investigation, and also they were saying that they did not want to put her life in danger, because you will understand, Shahan, when somebody goes missing, the first thing you do, the first thing you should do is go to the police, but also people then posted on social media and everybody is looking for the person. But it's also a bit difficult because in most cases, and I'm not saying that it is in this case, but from my experience, from speaking to people who have dealt with kidnappings before, they were saying to me that the minute there is a ransom request, the family will then retreat and not want to have anything to do with the media or the police, because they've been told by the kidnappers not to involve the police. And so it's very difficult to get families to speak. Also, when I've spoken to a police source who's been working with kidnappings, he was saying there are two kinds of kidnappings happening in South Africa, across South Africa for that matter. You will find kidnappings involving local business people, and then of course there's also transnational kidnappings where you find foreign nationals living in South Africa kidnapping their own. But coming back to Shireen Isup, what we know about her is that she is married, and she's 32 years old, and that she has a 2-year-old son, and it's been more than 48 hours and she still hasn't been found.
And obviously police and the family are not going to say whether or not they've received any calls for a ransom. So let's talk about the overall issue of kidnappings in South Africa. We've heard from officials that there seems to be an international syndicate that's operating, targeting business people in particular. But we do have a special kidnapping task team in this country that's also supposed to be hard at work to crack down on kidnappings. Are we seeing success in that at all?
Well, Shahan, they have actually made quite a number of arrests in terms of transnational kidnappings, and in that regard, they've made good progress. But it's very difficult also when people are kidnapped and it's not reported to the police. The police can only investigate if a matter is reported to them. But on the other hand, people are reluctant to report cases to the police because in many occasions they do not trust the police. But also those involved in these syndicates, I mean, it's easy money for them. And if the arrest rate and conviction rate is low, obviously these syndicates are going to grow because they're literally getting away with it.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Our senior reporter Ayesha Ismail is in Cape Town.